You got Harry Osborn somehow briefly involved. You got a couple of missions where you have to visit the homeless beast shelter where, of course, his Aunt May works at. And what do you know, Mr. Lee works there too as well. And yeah, you already know he becomes Mr. Negative there. And I will say this is a real mind of a mission right here. God damn. The fight is pretty cool, especially on the subway. But before you get to that, yeah, of course, you play as Mary Jane Watson. I should mention this before. Yeah, this may get a lot of complaints from some hardcore gamers that were used to the more fast-paced action, but again, a little variety doesn't hurt. But again, you gotta figure out puzzles. There's some stealth in this game, trying to sneak past things. You gotta sneak in here and figure out this part, which, I struggled with hard enough. But it gets better because then you switch to Spider-Man. But again, it requires stealth. And some interesting, clever tactics. I don't mind it. Then you got some cool fighting. And against these guys who were known as demons. Oof. Pretty intimidating there. These cutscenes, you can skip them, I should mention. But who wants to? I mean, it shows their interestingly rocky relationship here. And how about that? A Stan Lee cameo. Rest in peace, my man. Excelsior. Yeah, there's plenty more missions where you play as MJ. Like this part where you're inside of Grand Central. Man, you can already tell I'm in love right here. Maybe because I visited this place so many times, and this is the way I come down to New York City every time by train. Yep. It's like having a nerdgasm right here. Again, it may not be for everybody if you're used to the more fast-paced action type of game, but it gets better as it goes along. Especially when Spider-Man swings into action. You still have to play as her most of the mission, but it's pretty cool because he provides backup right there. Yeah. Yeah, it's so cool. Hell, she even defuses a bomb. Damn. Mary Jane Watson in this game, she's badass. And then eventually you get to play as Spider-Man again, fighting all the remaining thugs in Grand Central. Then it leads up to the fight against Mr. Lee, who is behind this the whole time. Yep. Don't have to say much there. Other than the fact that it's actually a pretty cool fight. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't go down so easily, but once you figure it out, it's pretty fun. I especially love when you have to stop the runaway subway train that you're on, which sort of reminds me of Spider-Man 2 a little bit. Yeah, except you're underground, obviously, but pretty epic fight, I will say. Yeah, there's more of these stealth missions, as I said before. There's one where you have to sneak past these people in a warehouse, distract them a little bit. Took me a few tries to get it right. Plenty of humor thrown in there. There's one where you're inside of Central Park and have to sneak past these people. Damn it, I hate this crap. And of course you even get Miles too. You know, the police officer's son. Kind of a sad, dark moment in the game, but again, it shows the game's realism. And Peter Parker develops a rather interesting friendship with him. Helps him get a job at Feast. And yes, I find it funny how he's in this game, and I guess you can consider it sort of another Easter egg to the new animated film Spider-Man the Spider-Verse. Not to give too much away, but I'm glad they stopped there. Plenty of those sneaking missions past these guys who I swear look like the freaking Peacekeepers from the Hunger Games series. Yeah, doesn't it? Not too much different from the other sneak missions with Mary Jane Watson. Distract them, sneak past them, that's about it. Expect a few more of these. But, yeah, how about one with the freaking Rhino? God damn. And yes, I should mention, he's another one of the main villains. How many more? How about the Sinister Six? Yeah. Mr. Negative, the Rhino, Scorpion, Electro, Vulture, and Dr. Octavius. God damn. This is where the game shows its dark and dreary moments, and Peter Parker really takes quite an ass-kicking in this game as well. Plenty of cool stuff he still does, and he manages to really show his strength in this game that he's not about to go down without a fight. Even after taking a brutal beating. I mean, Christ. So, yeah, most of these are 1-on-2 battles. Got one with Electro and the Vulture. Can be a little bit distracting because one throws you off and then the other tries to hit you, so yeah, once you get one down, it's pretty much easier from there on. And then of course the Rhino and Scorpion. Similar tactics and mechanics apply, except this one you're on the ground most of the time, unlike the Vulture and Electro battle, where you're mostly airborne. And the Rhino, let's just say you can stampede the shit out of you if the timing of your moves are off. So, you have to pull down anything heavy that's dangling from a construction crane, hitting him on the head, and then punch him. Yep, do this several times, and that's how you take him out. As for the Scorpion, he's not nearly as tricky. But I should also mention before this particular 1-on-2 battle, there is another fight against Scorpion himself, which I have to admit, just like the Mr. Negative fight, is a real mind of a stage. I'm not kidding. I mean, just look at this. It's all because Scorpion sprayed some kind of acid in the air, causing you to hallucinate, sending you on an acid trip. Yeah, literally an acid trip. Pun intended right there, people, and it's weird as hell. Almost kind of reminds me of the Scarecrow mission on Batman Arkham Asylum. And that weird-ass Ra's al Ghul fight in Batman Arkham City. Yep. Just straight up weird, creepy, and, well, cool, I guess. And it doesn't end there. I mean, you go above and beyond to try to get to the bottom of this whole thing. I mean, New York City pretty much goes to hell, I should mention at this point. I mean, a huge prison break on Rikers Island, inmates get loose, and goddamn, New York City just goes to shit. So, yep, it's criminals all over the place, these flying robot things get loose, and of course more side missions available. Yep, I don't have to say much more there. These guys want you dead. They consider Spider-Man an outlaw vigilante, but hey, that's the risk you gotta take as a superhero. Especially when taking back the city from criminal scum, right? Anyway, how about another mission where you play as Mary Jane Watson? This time in the Osborn penthouse. Yeah, had to get through all the security when it's on lockdown. Sneak in, steal a taser, and taser the security guys. Damn, she really is badass. Why couldn't we get a badass version of this in the Sam Raimi trilogy? Instead we got Kirsten Dunst. Really a shame. She gets up there, gotta get through a couple of puzzles, have to figure out where you gotta go. Not really for everybody. Taser more security guards. Yeah, just gotta make sure none of the other ones can see you doing that. Because you know what happens then. So, get what you need, get the hell out. By jumping off the freaking building. Wow. She's got a lot of courage and determination to make sure Spider-Man can swing in the very second and save her ass. Wow. I wonder what would happen if Spider-Man's timing was off by just a few seconds there. Oof, okay, graphic there. Anyway, yes, Spider-Man saves her, which leads up to the final battle against Dr. Octavius himself, who's pretty much lost all hope of humanity, and has, well, turned himself into a completely different human being, and your objective is to stop him. What else? Then with a huge upgrade, after all that ass-kicking you took, and a metal black suit, what more can I say? Awesome. Pretty epic boss fight on top of a roof, and he does anything in his power to try to kill you. I mean, this boss fight is tricky as hell. Took me a few tries, took a few punches and kicks, but damn, even as you're falling down the building, you still kick his ass. I mean, it goes on, but damn, it was so worth it. And, well, not to give too much away about the ending, pretty dark as well. But all I can say is a more than satisfying superhero action-adventure game. Great for any comic book lover. It does more than enough justice for New York City, for Marvel Comics, and most importantly, for Spider-Man himself. Oh yeah, that's how you do it right. Yep, in other words, with great power, great graphics, and great gameplay comes great responsibility, and this game definitely fulfilled that whole promise right there, people. Trust me, it is awesome. It does whatever a Spider-Man can. So, in other words, rocking 2 of your remotes with Wii Motion Plus is up. Not the best game of 2018 for nothing, people. It is certainly that awesome. So, till next time, happy gaming.